The best on the WWW is Mr. Skin at MrSkin.com, and we have Mr. Skin on around this time. We try to do it every Thursday, and Skin, before we even get going here, I must commend you for the things that you've got on the front page of your website. You know me. I go to your website 24/7. I peruse this site. This is where I do all of my show prep. Skin, on the page today, you ring in Pride Month with the hottest lesbian love scenes ever filmed, and I commend you for this.
37 of them, so take your time. It's a playlist back to back to back, no pun intended. And I will say for Chasta, if she goes over to MrMan.com, we have the hottest gay scenes ever filmed, but that's not something I'm going to waste your guys' time with.
Yes, exactly. Hottest lesbian love scenes.
All the classics are in here.
What, in your opinion, what is the greatest or the hottest lesbian love scene ever filmed?
Well, it's interesting because the one that we have at the number one spot, it's not like famous people, or it's not this is someone, it's not a household name, but it's a scene that goes on for 9 minutes in a French film that won awards at the Cannes Film Festival. So it's a real movie.
Yeah.
It's From Blue is the Warmest Color, Lea Seydoux and Adele Exarchopoulos, and it is, like I said, the scene goes on for 9 minutes, and there's no way they weren't really doing stuff. It was like, you can't fake where things were in that scene. And, like I said, it played at the Cannes Film Festival. They're both gorgeous. It goes on for 9 minutes. And
spectacular.
It's great. But we also have, the scene in Mulholland Drive with Laura Herring and Naomi Watts. We have Julianne Moore and Amanda Seyfried and Chloe. Let's not forget Bound with Gina Gershon and Jennifer Tilly.
How many different scenes again on this?
37.
37.
If you could make it that long, if you know what I mean.
Exactly.
I mean, we have Gia with Angelina Jolie and Elizabeth Mitchell. Even Mila Kunis and Natalie Portman.
That was the ballerina movie, right? Black Swan, right?
Yeah, Black's very good. Very good. You have a little skin in you, yes. It was fun, and really, if I do a lot of playlists, or we have hundreds and hundreds of playlists at the website, but I would say that this one is probably one of our greats of all time, and to be able to just sit there and watch 37 of the greatest girl scenes in movie history in honor of Pride Month.
Tremendous.
I think it's worth it.
Tremendous.
I think it's worth it.
Absolutely. So, Skin, I understand you have breaking nudes today, kind of. Is that right?
Yeah, well, I did want to mention that this happens a lot, where all of a sudden I'll look at we have over 30,000 actresses at MrSkin.com, but on the front page we keep a tally of who's the most popular for the week.
Yeah.
And it's always like, sometimes it's, normal stuff you'd expect, like Mila Kunis or something. But then, they'll be like, today I looked and it was Leslie Bibb. And before I came on the show, I was like, oh, yeah, I know. Well, that's what I said, because you guys probably, you're being very busy. You guys don't have time to know everyone.
Who the hell's Leslie Bibb?
Well, there's a new comic book series from Netflix called Jupiter's Legacy. It's based on the comic books by Mark Miller, and Leslie Bibb plays Grace Kennedy, a reporter drawn into the search for Remote Island, and it's kind of cool because she it's just neat because she's not like someone that I've talked to you guys a lot about in the past, but because this show is so popular now, she's really obviously she's really popular. And what's interesting is she did one of the cool things she did. She had never done a nude scene, and then all of a sudden in 2015, they tried to do a new show, I think it was on Amazon, called Salem Rogers. They just did a pilot,
right?
And in that movie, in the TV series, in the first episode, she walks on a stage in front of all these people completely nude. The shot's from behind, but it's a great nude scene. But they never went ahead and they only did the pilot. They never went ahead and did the show. So all you fans of Jupiter's Legacy, stop on over and see this very rare moment in Salem Rogers where Leslie Bibb is completely nude up on stage, and what's funny, at the end of it, she gets tasered. It's a weird scene, but she's completely nude. Yeah, but it's a great example of, we found this in 2015. She wasn't
known, famous,
but not well known. But now she's like blowing up, and now people could check that out from Salem Rogers from 2000.
Leslie Bibb, this week's most searched nude actress.
You'll need to wear a bib when you're watching that scene. Yeah.
Hey, now before we go, I want to commend you again, because you guys at the Skin Labs are always doing science, and I think this was a great experiment. There is and this is right on the front page, right at the top, celebs with breast implants before and after pictures.
Oh, yeah, these are very important. Yes. These are very important, yes.
Who has the best boob job, just real quick? Out of all the actresses listed, who has the best boob job?
Well, I would say Alyssa Milano always, to me, was the best boob job, but we didn't have, like, befores, only afters. But a great example of before and after is Demi Moore, who, of course, remember About Last Night in the 80s, she had her normal, maybe A-cup breasts, and then she did striptease in the 90s where she had her D-cup. And in both instances, they're great, but they're just completely different. And she's an awesome example of before after, where you actually have nude scenes of both.
Love it. The great Mr. Skin, MrSkin.com. Always entertaining, always a treat. We'll talk to you next week, Skin.
You got it, guys. Take care.
All right. And how do you like that, huh?
He's the best.
I mean, who would think of that? Before and after boobs.
He would. That's who.